What's up, guys?
Woo!
It's
Oh,
a little
and
dark.
I just kicked your.
You need to take your hat off. That's too dark in here for that. Oh,
Kicked your phone off. That's our internet.
what's up, guys? Happy New Year's, everybody. We're at Lewis's house this time. Yeah, you can see your whole face now. So
This lovely monstrosity.
we're a little behind, but that's okay.
Technical difficulties, man alive.
If you haven't seen that video, I'll slide over and get
There we
pull
go.
in. We got some cool setup over there, but
You can see Superman over my
it might
head.
take another 5 minutes just to get the camera straight.
He's holding up the back end of the A-Team van.
Yeah.
And there's this excellent Captain America picture you can't see that represents 100 years of Kirby. He was born 100 years ago, apparently.
We should at least get our
yeah, I was going to say we should probably
Ted
grab
cord
that. I
and
was just thinking, I can't.
Ted cord and booster in the shot.
1, 2.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I see something. Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Keep going.
Or we can always put them right over here.
Ah!
Put them right here on these boxes.
You see how great the video we do. We start
Right
off by
No, right
arranging
here.
the background.
Put them right here.
I got them there. Look at that.
All right. What is this white thing? Oh, it's that up there.
That's
Okay.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'm touching it. Not really. Great content right at the beginning. We
That's
start. Oh, hope y'all are
having a good.
New Year's Eve.
We are.
It's been good. It's been good. Happy you had a great Christmas. If you're just joining back with us since then, I haven't been doing much the last week as far as videos are concerned, but we wanted to come to you live with this this amazing content that you've already seen.
Also, if you're into Kwanzaa, that started right after Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
26th.
But anyway, so
you never know what people are into. It's more of a cultural thing.
That's right. So as the New Year's winds down, we're gonna go through our best comic books of the year.
And
we were gonna do 10, but I couldn't narrow them down, so I just grabbed all the best comic books, and we
got a couple honorable mentions because if you've seen any of our videos, man, we like to honorably.
Hey, welcome!
Woohoo! Glad to have you with us. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Because
we were having trouble finding a good place in my death trap of an office to put a camera.
We're just kind of hoping it doesn't fall. But so we've got.
If it does, we're hoping Superman right here catches it. That's Mullet Superman.
That's Mullet Superman. He's holding up the
A-Team van.
The A-Team van. You can't really see from here, but
you can see the wheel right there.
Right there. And Mr. T's probably saying something like, "Pretty fool dropped my van."
That's right.
But we've got a bunch of comic books we want to talk about and rank as the best from the year. And we are going to talk about the best comic book films made this year and rank them.
Yep.
And it was a close one. We actually had a literal toss-up. And
it was a Sacagawea dollar.
Hey, someone else is on. Welcome.
Ooh, it was a Sacagawea dollar we used to toss up between two movies. No spoiler, but they both start with the letter A.
So, we're going to jump in.
Hey, somebody else joined us. Way to
welcome.
Go.
So we're going to do a bunch of stuff, but feel free to talk. We've got, almost 2 hours.
An hour and 45.
Before we hit New Year's, at least.
Yeah, we're on the East Coast.
I don't know where everybody else is, but
let us know.
Hey,
man, Dan's here. Pop in, pop out. What you got to do, man?
Know?
I know you had talked about going to see Aquaman, so.
Yeah, we saw it.
It was good
the other night. It's great.
This isn't too dark on my face, right?
What? It's too dark on your face. You can barely see yourself. Unless you live like that.
Okay. All right. Well, I was trying to be festive.
There you go.
Maybe we'll sing Old Lang Syne at some point. Probably not, because I don't really know anything more than should old acquaintance be forgot Old Lang Syne.
Yeah.
And it's not old, it's old, but I got you.
Well, there's a hymnal right there, so boom.
Great. Enjoy when you get to go see it, Dan's ear. Don't watch our video till you've seen it, because there's spoilers abounding. I hope he put that in.
You can probably watch the first few minutes, but why wait? You might as well go watch the movie and then watch our video.
You did put a spoiler tag in there, right?
I put spoiler in the title.
Okay, well, that's
and then we did a spoiler
tag
in the video.
That's true, but sometimes our spoilers come a little too late,
right?
Because we're like, here's something that happened. Oh, spoiler alert! It's kind of too late at that point.
Yeah.
So we had Wonder Woman and Batman show up earlier.
Right. That's right.
My kids dressed up to go to bed, and we took a picture of that.
Oh, we've got Groot. He's with us.
Sweet.
Yoda didn't want to make the drive, so I just brought Groot.
We'll check in with him later.
Yeah.
Give him a call or something. See how he's doing.
We'll see. We'll see. But we should go through our honorable mentions.
Yes.
So we can actually have.
So we are doing a year-end review as far as the stuff we typically cover on this channel, and there's some good variety here. So let's get started.
So these are the best comic books of the year. That's right, the cameras are there. I'm always looking down here.
I know. It's hard not.
We didn't do anything with this.
Yeah, I meant to get a marker. Sorry.
Alrighty. Honorable mentions. We'll start with the best
of the honorable mentions.
That's right.
This is the
Action Comics 1000
1930s cover. Steve Rude is the artist. It just shows Superman doing his best Samson impression.
Yeah. I don't think I was doing this channel when that came out.
I don't think so. I think we just
it was in like May or something.
Took a
no, I started in April. We started this channel.
Right, but
I started in April.
3 months before June.
Yeah.
Or was it in June? I don't know.
I feel like it was like very early this year.
Yeah, spring maybe.
Maybe even like February or March.
Yeah, I don't know.
It happened like right before because I didn't review it because it was right before.
Dude, if we log on, it just says June in the cover thing.
I'm not looking at the cover thing.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking at my own thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Bendis story in here.
Part of it. It introduces Rogol Zar. Did you not read this?
I read most of it.
I read all of it.
April 6th. That's when it came out. Boom! Let's go! Oh, yeah. The novice outsmarts the master. Look at that. It's right there. The date.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's awesome. But this is the cover I got. I got my son the 80s cover with Jimmy and Lois and Lex on there. Yeah. And you got a couple different variants too, didn't you?
I got 3. So
which ones did you get? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I think you ended up with the 50s with the alien shooting at him because you thought it was the 60s, which had like a much more eclectic style to it.
Yeah.
And then you got that ugly 2000s one, right? That looked like the sky was.
I liked the 2000 ones. It was cool.
It was ugly.
It was cool looking.
It was ugly.
And then I got another one. I don't remember which one it was. Later on, I found it on sale.
Sweet.
Oh, well, hey, they've got a whole bunch of them. I'll grab another one.
It's history. It has to be mentioned because it's history.
Oh, I got the 80s one.
Oh, you picked that one up too, huh?
That was
Josh Middleton, I think, is the artist on that.
So,
but
I wish there was a George Perez one.
Oh,
or a Mike Grell. I would have gotten either of those.
Yeah, or even a good Dan Jurgens one.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Because they had a Dan Jurgens one. It was the one where his shirt was being ripped open and Lois is standing there and they're being shot at.
That was Jurgens?
Yes. Dan Jurgens, we appreciate you. You'll see that later if you ever find your way here. But as far as the cover you made for Action Comics 1000, as a fan of yours from the '90s, I was severely let down. You could have done just about anything else. Like, I mean, Superman's just kind of standing there. You're like, for Action Comics number 1000, you need something like this where he's doing something.
Yeah.
But anyway, my favorite story probably has to be the Gleasons. Tomasi trip down memory lane.
That's not the one where he's flashing through time, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
I like that one.
No, that's my favorite one. I'm pretty sure that's Tomasi and Gleason, Never Ending Battle, because they do period pieces.
You also see that we'll like Tomasi and Gleason.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you hate Tomasi and Gleason for some stupid reason,
we're sorry.
We're sorry.
You're wrong. Like this. I have to show you this. So this right here.
Remember, you're looking at the wrong screen.
Oh, this right here.
So you
with
get closer.
Oh. Okay. All right. So this is to represent the time period of Superman 2, but it also represents the awesome 90s animated series. And it has the villains from that in there. There's the man, why don't they have these listed? Faster Than a Speeding Bullet. That was a great one where Superman is trying to get to a woman who's about to be shot, and he's worried he's not going to make it.
Hey, someone's on. Welcome. We're reviewing our honorable mentions for the best comic books of all time, or well,
this year. This year.
All time means 2018.
That's right. I like the car issue. 5 minutes to his deadline. That's just a few of them. There's some really good stories in here.
Yeah,
we're definitely looking forward to Detective Comics 1000 next year. Batman turns 80.
Yeah, we're excited. So
this is our excited faces.
Well, especially with Tomasi on the lead, you know.
Yeah,
that means he's going to be in charge of 1000 issues, which is awesome. Great job, DC. You know how to pick it there.
I think that really says something about his ability as a writer, to really capture the essence of two of their greatest characters.
Yeah.
You can only see Blue Beetle, by the way.
Oh, well.
You could just move them right here.
I could remove them there.
Right there.
Well, I'm spinning around, so you can kind of see them as I go.
Yeah, you're making me sick with all the movement.
You made whoever was there leave.
Oh, it was me.
Great job.
It was me.
Complaining about Blue Beetle.
Anyways.
And Booster. All right.
Next. Hold on. Let me get one in there next.
That didn't come out this year.
I know, but I got it this year at the Comic-Con. 50 cents, I think. And it only costs, it's the 20th anniversary of the Fantastic Four. Came out around my birthday. And when I say birthday, I mean the day that I was born. So I'm loving it. And it's got a beautiful John Byrne cover. Oh, and I'm looking at the wrong camera.
Yeah, great job.
Look at that thing. Isn't that thing a thing of beauty? And there's Captain America. I'm going to move it down.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, it's good stuff. And I also got this awesome Hulk piece.
We did get that in 2018, so I'll give you that one.
All right. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
I'll agree.
All right.
I agree.
Fantastic Four. I'm still figuring this thing out. Fantastic Four #1 came out. This gets an honorable mention because I was really excited about it. I chose this one because Thing actually looks like the Thing in this one, whereas some of the other ones he did not, or he was too big.
The cover?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sue is ugly on this one, but
so we thought about putting this one in there
as one of the top and not just honorable mention.
But I just feel like Zdarsky has done a better job than Slott. It's not that I don't like the Dan Slott run. It's been good. It's been for Marvel, it's top tier right now.
Yeah.
For Marvel currently, it's top tier. Hey, welcome. going through our honorable mentions. For Marvel, this is top tier.
One.
But Zdarsky just has this way with the Fantastic Four, and I just think it's really great.
And I need to catch up on that.
We've got a Dan Slott Fantastic Four in this list, so
right?
We wanted
because he's not completely without his good stuff. Because I really appreciated the Fantastic Four sign at the end. I thought that was far and away a fitting way to reintroduce the Fantastic Four to a modern audience.
I'd say that I really appreciate, and I've really enjoyed the issues of Dan Slott's Fantastic Four. There's been some really great moments. I feel like he's done really well there.
The new one was really funny with that sort of knockoff group, the Fantastics.
I didn't enjoy that one as much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy that one as much. I love the wedding issue there, which is one of the ones we'll talk about
later. Yeah.
But I mean, he's had some really great character moments. I think there's a few times where he does things that I'm just like, I wouldn't do that. But hey,
well, that's true.
It's fine.
It's basically true.
I'm not a huge. There are certain things I'll let slide. Like, hey, I wouldn't do that, but hey, welcome.
Mango Bed. Hey guys, giving your best of 2000. Yes, sir.
That's right.
You know it.
We're actually doing some honorable.
Well, it's honorable mention.
We're not the
honorable mention.
Not the best yet.
It's best of the ones we're not putting in our best of.
All right. So, next honorable mention is the new talent. I almost didn't get this one because it was being sold for like $8. I was like, $8? I don't want to pay $8 for a bunch of people I've never heard of, but they're good. At least the ones I've read. They're really good.
He brought it over tonight, and I read 2 of them.
The Batman one is excellent.
Wow.
Just really good.
Yeah, if you want a good Zsasz.
Kind of got like a background or like a thought process of Batman as he's fighting. Really excellent. Really excellent. You were going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say if you want to read a good Mr. Zsasz, the serial killer who cuts himself every time he murders someone, this has a good one, and it's really short.
Welcome,
Bacon Crafted Kurt. What's up, man? And so excellent. The Catwoman story.
I was gonna say it's well known that we don't really care for Catwoman or Damian Wayne.
But they're both in that story.
And that's all. Those are the 2 heroes in that story, and I think we both really they made us love them.
Yeah, it's good.
Now, I mean,
for the story,
what's the guy's name on Teen Titans has really made me start to appreciate Damian. And really, it was Tomasi that made me love Damian. And we'll talk about that later. But that's no small feat because I've never really cared for Damian. He's like the worst version of Tim, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's the worst replacement of Tim, and I just didn't like that. And I'm a big Tim Drake fan, and but Tomasi made me like him. The guy who's doing Glass, is that his name? Adam so. Glass is doing Teen Titans, made him love me. And this guy, I think it's a guy, wrote Catwoman, just great, just great. The Constantine one's okay, it's good. I look forward to seeing what that person does in the future, but the Batman and Catwoman were excellent. I look forward to finishing it.
All I know, DC, is you got some good art in this book. And there's some terrible art in some of the books you have on the shelf right now. So go ahead and give these people a job so that we don't have to hurt our eyes every month buying some of our favorite titles. I feel like the art has kind of slipped on Titans. The Titans book.
Yeah, maybe
it's
a
hit or
bit.
miss.
But it's consistent. It's the same person for sure. It's not the Titans that was before they rebooted it, if that makes sense. So
right. No, yeah.
When Abbott, when Dan Abbott was doing the first part of the Rebirth Titans,
the first 20 or so issues,
that was a great artist. That artist is my favorite of the 2.
Right.
And then when they kind of rebooted it,
Yeah.
soft reboot, and everything kind of went downhill from there. Then the artwork wasn't as good. I was glad that they got Raven and Beast Boy in there, but I hate that Wonder Woman Wonder Girl doesn't know who they are. It's like, Donna Troy, you've been with these people for like 10 years. What are you talking about?
That's in story. 10 years. It's closer to 40 in real.
Right.
50. Yeah,
Right,
50 something in real life.
Close. No, it's close to 40 because it was like 80s.
No. But I'm talking about like her with Dick and Roy and Wally
Well,
and Garth.
She talks about not knowing Raven, Beast Boy.
Okay.
And she should at least know who Miss Martian is.
Right.
Through the grapevine, even though she might not directly have fought with her, but whatever. All semantics.
Oh, it's falling.
It's already falling. All right. So we're gonna go through these
pretty quick. Because I don't know all of these, but he's going to take a minute on the ones he knows. I'll hold it for you.
Do you have a place to put them after we're done, so we can just set them over there?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So last place is Thrawn. Now I should mention before we continue, none of these are bad. All of these are great. We had to order them, and I also only picked one issue per series.
Oh, that's true.
So I just tried to remember my favorite out of all of them, and some of them, it's not that they were the best issue, it's just that they were the most iconic, I think, of the series, or the most important. So we'll just ask that you forgive us. Hopefully they can hear us. I don't know. I'm talking loud.
You guys can hear us, right? If the folks watching, if you could just make sure. We were having some technical difficulties when we started, and we didn't exactly confirm that we worked all of that out.
Yeah, we had our computer. I had to restart my computer just to get it to work. And, anyways, so none of these are bad. Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you. None of these are bad. We'll say that. All of them are really good.
So if it interests you,
but some of them are better than others,
and you hadn't picked it up.
And I just picked the best one that encapsulates it because some of the series are just really good. All right, Thrawn. I love this issue. This was really good. It's kind of an origin story for Thrawn, and I'm a huge extended universe person for Star Wars. And I'll be honest,
makes him hate
makes me hate the
canon killing Disney versions.
That's right. I'll be honest, I haven't read Thrawn the books yet. They're on my list because I've got that app High Books, which is awesome. Not a sponsor, but really cool. It's kind of like Audible, but you can, instead of like paying $15 and get one book a month, you get pay $10 and you get as many books as you want. And they have a bunch of Star Wars books you can listen to, which is really awesome. The only thing I haven't found that I wanted to listen to was Harry Potter, but whatever. Anyways, so Thrawn this is really fun. You get it's story, his origin story. You see him rising through the ranks in 6 issues. I hate that they canceled it. I guess they canceled it. I don't know. I never know whether they cancel stuff or not. Marvel and DC are really great about not telling anybody when they're going to cancel something,
or when they're putting it out,
or at least not telling in a way that I can learn. So this is a really fun book. Really enjoyed it. Great series. It was hard to remember because it's been so long since I read them.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which ones were the best, and I didn't have time to read through them again. But all right, Damage. This series is amazing. I love Damage. It's in the top.
I think it's coming to an end.
Is it?
I think they're ending a lot of these New Age of Heroes books. Oh man,
that's really sad. They can't end Sideways though.
Or Silencer.
I don't think they'll do Silencer either.
I think Sideways is no. Sideways, I heard, is being canceled. For sure.
Really? Yeah. Really?
Sorry, not to ruin your year.
I mean, my favorite's the Terrifics. That's the best.
I haven't heard anything about that being canceled. I hope that keeps going. But you're right. That is.
But in the last issue that I read, they were none of them had any reason to connect anymore. I was really sad. So I'm hoping that they don't cancel that too, because it's terrific. Anyways, Damage is great. I didn't expect to like this. I was like, oh, that's just a ripoff of the Hulk, which it is. But
in a lot of ways,
it does its fair share. I wasn't impressed with the last issue. The sad part is the latest issue that I've read is Damage versus Superman, which is kind of the one we've all been waiting on.
Right. Well, there you go.
You have like a Doomsday-ish fight against the Justice League first. It's even got Guy Gardner and
Wow.
they've got some other characters in there. Green Arrow's in that.
No.
And it's a lot of fun. That issue is actually better than the Superman issue, because the Superman issue, I feel like they don't even understand Superman or Damage. Like,
Okay.
it's really weird, and I haven't reviewed it yet. But anyways, the Damage series is great, and this book was really good. I mean, I'd say it's one of my favorites of the series. Maybe the Justice League might be better. But I really liked this one too.
This is the first issue, right?
You learn about who the character is. It's his origin story. Just a really good issue.
Gives a good introduction.
It does. It does. Did you read this one?
No.
No, but you can talk about it.
But I love me some Alan Davis Fantastic Four art. Look at that thing. Is that not a thing of beauty? I'm telling you.
A thing of beauty.
That's right. I said that on purpose. I'm telling you this. I wish that could have been the cover of a Fantastic Four comic, because I'd have bought that. But he's going to let me read this at some point. But it is just, I really can't tell you how beautiful. I just love Alan Davis. He draws pretty pictures.
I picked this issue because this is the issue where
Johnny and Ben.
Johnny and Ben have lost their powers. They've been trapped on some Earth. It's really weird. Like, issues 7 and 8 have like this time gap that you don't know what goes between them, if I remember correctly. And I think it had something to do with because of all this drama with issue 1 coming out of Fantastic Four, and I don't think Zdarsky had full reign over what he was writing. It was weird. Anyways, but this issue is really great.
Editorial.
They have to go up against a fake Fantastic Four without powers by themselves, just the two of them, and it is beautiful. They're still able to beat them, and it's just really good. It's a really excellent issue. It's my favorite of them because you get some really good character moments in the next one as well, where Ben and Johnny are kind of have a heart to heart. They do some in this one as well. Because they're like, well, we could die, but at the same time, we're gonna beat these guys because we're the Fantastic Four, and it's great. I love that.
Can't go wrong with a hopeful Fantastic Four.
So,
what you got next?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Woo!
I was so excited about this issue.
Liam Neeson. He has
that's right,
a particular set of skills.
He's one of the best Jedi, I think. Definitely. I mean,
I'm glad they're giving him a story, because I hate what happened to him in the first, the prequels.
Yeah, you got some reflection on that thing.
Oh, have I? Lynn Slayers?
That's better. I love Qui-Gon Jinn. He's not my favorite, but I do like some Qui-Gon. And I really hate that it's taken Marvel this long to
recognize the awesomeness of the character.
To get to the prequels, like to talk about anything during the prequels. They realized, we should, actually give people the characters that they love, like Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul and Darth Vader. I'm like, hey, welcome to the party. That's what we want, and it's good. It's really good.
Pal.
I'm really excited about this series. What?
Should have said pal.
Pal?
If you're gonna say welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, pal. That's Christmas movie, not New Year's.
But they're showing it at theaters 2 days from now.
Oh, that's fair. We thought about going to see it at our local theater, or at least I did. But
it's rated R.
Oh man! It's as if you hadn't seen it before.
I have. It's a great movie. Die Hard.
Yeah. Anyway, so Qui-Gon Jinn's really great, really good.
All right.
Oh.
So Marvel, keep making characters from the prequels.
That's right, or just Star Wars. The good characters. The Silencer #1. I picked it. Okay, so there's some recent ones that I really enjoyed. I think my favorites are the most recent ones and this one, and that's because this one really changed the game for me. When I heard The Silencer and I saw this cover, I was like, that looks terrible. I was like, I don't know, something about it just irks me.
Seemed off.
And I don't know. It didn't look interesting. I was like, this looks overhyped, but boy, does it deliver.
Who's the writer?
It's really great. I don't remember.
Abnett.
Is it? Oh, okay.
And Ramada Jr.
It's really good. It's an excellent series. It's definitely the one that for me came out of left field. I even told Brandon not even to buy it for me, and I ended up having to chase it down later because it's like, what a mistake I made. I gotta go get this thing.
Yeah, wasn't that the case with the annual too?
I don't even know if I ever got the annual. But this one was excellent.
I'm sorry, you're still talking.
I love the character. She's a
mother.
She's a mother and a wife, and tries to be a hero as well.
An assassin.
And a former assassin.
Well.
And she's coming out of retirement, and it's great. It's really good.
Groot likes it. See the smile on his face.
If you haven't read the Silencer series, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. So it definitely ranks on my list of best comic books of the year.
Hmm.
So, and I picked the first one just because I feel like it's the one that really changed my mind more than any of the others. And there was one where they're at like a superhero park or something, and there's like this scene where like a fake Superman holds up a dying fake Supergirl. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And then this giant monster eats them. It's too funny. It's too funny.
She has a superpower too.
For a little bit, I'll switch. All right.
Hold on. She has a superpower. She's not just guns.
Right.
I hate when comic books are just guns.
Yeah.
You gotta have more than that.
Well, I was wondering, like, if the Silencer could have been just like an assassin coming to kill people, but she actually is able to like create bubbles of or cones of silence. Kind of reminds me of that.
You're in the cone of silence.
What's that movie?
Get Smart.
Get Smart. Yes, with Steve Carell.
Yes,
I love that movie.
It's not working. Missed it by that much.
That's a good movie. All right.
You gonna hold him now?
Spider-Gwen.
Let me hold him. That way you can talk. Cause
fine.
I have to have a raison d'etre. Yeah. A reason for living.
All right. I love this issue. It was really fun.
Spider-Gwen does whatever a Spider-Gwen does. What she does, I don't know because I haven't read this issue.
Oh man, it's really good. I don't remember all the particulars about this issue, but I really enjoyed it. The cover is amazing. Just a beautiful cover.
She's telling you she
loves the character. Right, I think she's with Spider-Ham at the beginning of this one.
If you have Spider-Ham, Peter Porker,
because she comes out of this series comes out of the Spider-Geddon thing, which I didn't really care to read, so I didn't. But this one was really interesting. I love the character. I love the design for the character, and so I really enjoyed this issue. The second one was good too, but this one's better, I think.
Good intro to the character, right?
All right, next on our list, Darth Vader, number 25. So I love this series. This series is excellent, just excellent. I feel there are things about this series that I like better than the first Darth Vader series, and by first I mean the one that came out like a year or two ago. And there are things that I liked better about that one. This issue is really good, and because you really see like a flashback of where Darth Vader's looking into his entire past, and ultimately trying to save Padme, which is beautiful. Because you got to ask, like, he's got to have tried,
right?
It's not like he wouldn't try, and that's actually one thing with in the extended universe. There's actually another character who tries to save somebody through the force power of time, and that's Tahiri. And she is the best friend / ultimate probably would have ended up being, his the wife of Anakin Solo. So a quick brief story with that, with slight spoilers for anyone who wants to read the books.
Skip 2 minutes into the future if you.
I'll be brief. It's from the books.
You said 2 minutes. That's
so
pretty brief.
So Anakin Solo is the third child of Han and Leia, and he gets trained just like his older brother and sister Jason and Jaina, who are twins, by Luke Skywalker. Jason turns to the dark side. Jaina becomes one of the greatest Jedi ever to live. Anakin Solo ends up dying later on, but Chewbacca actually dies to save him later on. Anakin dies as a much older. Yeah, I told you, spoiler. Tahiri is Anakin's best friend / probably his lover eventually. Would have been. So Jason convinces her, or I think he calls himself Darth Caden. By then, he convinces her to join the dark side by promising her and lying to her that she could use the Force to go back in time and save Anakin.
Wow.
And so that's the only reason she turns against the Jedi, and she becomes a Sith and becomes an assassin for the Sith in order to eventually learn enough power from Jason to save his younger brother and, her lover.
That's intense.
And eventually she finds out that Jason lied to her, and she runs away, and she doesn't return to the Jedi because she feels like she's betrayed them. And and this is why I hate the new stuff, because that was so good. If they had done that in the movie, boy,
yeah.
I mean, how could you beat that? Like,
I don't know.
It's so good. Eventually, Jaina ends up having to kill her brother, and so Luke Skywalker actually saves Ben Skywalker, which is Luke Skywalker's son, saves Ben from Caden, and spares Caden in that way. Won't let Ben kill him, or something to that effect. And
Disney, I'm mad at you.
Yeah,
that sounds like a great story.
Yeah, I feel like everybody who loves the
Last Jedi,
and the Force Awakens doesn't know the real history of the Star Wars universe.
No, sir.
So, because if they did, they'd be like, "Oh, that's actually amazing." Luke Skywalker. Anyway, so this is really good. We see some. He's using the Force. He's going through time and finding some answers in the past. Really great. Really great. So, by the way, if anybody's watching, you're welcome to ask us questions or whatever. We're not held to a strict time. We're just
counting down.
Counting down. Woo! What do we got? Like an hour and 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
So we're welcome to be stopped and talk for a little bit. We've got plenty of comments, so we'll keep going until you stop us. All right, next, Tomasi Super Sons. When I was looking through, I was like, "Whoa, Super Sons!" I've got to add that.
That is cool. We definitely like this cover.
I love the Super Sons. If you have not read the Super Sons, I don't know what you've been doing. Tomasi is the one, like I was saying earlier, he's the one that made me love
Superman,
Damian Wayne,
and
Superman. I mean, I liked Superman, but it was never really that important to me. But now, like, Superman is awesome, and Tomasi, I can thank for that. So thank you, Tomasi, for making me love Superman and like Damian Wayne, because I did not like them before. At least, definitely not as much as I do now. But Super Sons is great.
Did he help you love John too?
Well, he basically made John.
Right.
He didn't create him. That was in Convergence, which was kind of a false start.
Yeah.
But it was kind of the end of Convergence. But he took the character and made it an actual character. So
he fleshed him out.
He's basically made John who he is.
Kind of like Marv Wolfman did to Nightwing.
Right.
Because he had him for 15 or 10 years or so.
So, but this issue, there's a villain that had been in the Super Sons and fought them before, and they're back, and they took out the Justice League, and it's up to Damian Wayne and John Kent to stop them and save the Justice League. Pretty fun. And they do it with kid-like style. Love it. I love it. It's great. I mean, that series, even though it only lasted like 15 to 20 issues, it was.
Well, they got a new.
I mean, that's issue 16.
Mini series going on now.
That's issue 16, and of course they did continue in Adventures of Super Sons, which might be in this.
We did one already.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, there it is. Boom.
Huh.
So we got another one. Spoiler alert for future. Okay, that's all.
But it's different. It's a different series, so it's not quite the. As we said, one per series, so it's
right.
Different series. So.
It's a different series. It's got a different name. May have the same writer and same character. All right, Teen Titans, whatever number that is.
24.
This series is great.
Jen, right?
Jen, right, with a G.
The new Sun series. Is he writing the new Super Sun series?
Yeah.
You got that? Yeah.
Yeah, so he's writing The Adventures of Super Sons now.
Which is a 12-issue maxi series.
Right. I don't know why they didn't just continue Super Sons, but they basically did.
Oh, because John went off with Grandpa.
But
right?
he's still in this.
I know, but I think they're
get it.
trying to cut the continuity tie so that they can do whatever story they're into.
I don't know. Anyways, this is Adam Glass. I'm pretty sure that's his name. He's Teen Titans revamped it because the Teen Titans were kind of lame for a little while in Rebirth. They were one of the few ones that I didn't like in Rebirth. And I just didn't get them. And then when they created the new team, I was like, this is perfect. This is what really needs to happen.
Excellent jumping on point.
And I did start the Teen Titans when it first came out, and then I dropped it eventually just because it got boring.
Right.
But this series is great. This is a great cover. But what I love about this issue is it's all about character development. So what happens is they've been in a building that exploded, and now they're trapped under rubble.
Like Spider-Man.
Right.
Back in the day with the Steve Ditko. And then you get a little bit of shade of that in Homecoming.
Right.
In the big battle.
And so they're trapped up under this, and they're trying to figure out a way out. They're all kind of panicking and yelling at each other, complaining about what's going on. And
she's the only one who can save them, right?
Supposedly.
Right.
And there's a lot of character development. She refuses to use her powers in the issue, and you don't find out why until later. But Crush is basically, who is Lobo's daughter, is holding the entire building from crashing on them. And so the whole time everything's going on, they're planning. Crush is basically being crushed.
Yeah.
And
they're complaining, and she's standing there doing the heavy lifting.
And she's like, hurry up already. It's great. But there's some really great character development in there. It's really kind of reaching ahead of what has begun with the characters. And it's really good. It's really good. So I love this issue. And I love the tie back to the Spider-Man story, and really good. Can't hype it enough. It's the best one of the series so far. But I'm sure that in 2019 we'll have a whole bunch of new ones from that series. All right, next,
something of a sister series,
the Titans. Now this is Dan Abnett before they rebooted it, which I don't know why they rebooted it. It was so good.
Well, the numbers stayed the same.
The numbers stayed the same.
But they took a couple months
off. The whole characters and the whole feel of it was different.
Yeah.
They changed art.
Let's hear.
Artists. It's like I'll get the word out eventually.
Yeah.
Straighten it up. They changed artists, and I don't know. But when I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I bet some of these old books were in 2018. So I was like, I'm putting them in for the series. And I love this issue. The next issue was really good too. That's what, 22. The next one's
21.
Okay, the next one's 22, and
well, that is how numbers work.
Yeah. So the next one is 22, and in that issue is really great. It's the last one of this basically Rebirth series, and it's Wonder Girl, Donna Troy going to save Roy Harper, and beautiful, just really good. But this one I picked it, but over it only because it's got Wally and Dick in it.
Yeah.
And So you have those three friends coming together and helping each other. They're trying to. Wally and Dick are trying to save Roy, and he doesn't want their help, and so they end up fighting each other. And there's some really great dialogue in it. This is great. I still don't think that Roy would be able to take him like he does in this issue, but it's really good.
I'll have to read it.
I mean, maybe if he had planned enough and knew that they would come and get him and had it planned.
I think it's probably because Dick didn't have time to plan. That probably gave him a little.
I'm talking about Roy planning.
Roy doesn't plan though.
Oh, well,
he's very spontaneous.
Fair enough.
I'll just say this, DC. What are you doing with the Rebirth business? Can we have a conclusion to that storyline? Is that what you guys are doing with this Doomsday Clock? Can you tell us that in the promotion for that? Because I really want to know where Rebirth is going and why we've had Strange Comics for the New 52 and stuff, and why it was necessary to go the route we went. Because, I'm glad to have these books. I've enjoyed those, but at the same time, where's the Rebirth thing going? Because I feel like that story has got stuck in the mud or something.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway.
Not like DC hasn't done that before.
I know.
Start a story and then stop it. The sad part is, like, we knew Convergence was bad pretty much from the beginning.
Right.
And I liked some of the individual stories. Like
the covers were great.
I ended up going back and getting the two Superman stories, and I got the two Booster Gold stories, and I want to get the two Titans, the new Titan stories.
Yeah.
But like overall, the story was just so convoluted and didn't make any sense from what I understand. Right. So it just fell apart immediately. I was like, that was like right after I got into comic books too. Because I think I had bought a few issues with the Lois and Clark stuff.
Right.
And then that came out like right after, and then boom, it was gone. I was like, what in the world? Now we have Rebirth. I was like, okay. And that was back when everybody hated DC because of DC not doing well, and then Rebirth happened, and everybody loves DC again. It's nice. Anyways, all right, moving on. Our next in line, Sideways, number 9. This cover is amazing. It's beautiful. It's tinfoil. If you can't see, it's just got a nice reflection on it, and one of the things I love about it, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in this issue. So there might be a couple issues that are better than this one, but because of the cover and the ending, I love this. Now I really at the very end,
somebody famous shows up.
He runs into Superman.
Superman's famous.
He runs into a Superman, and we're not sure which Superman it is. It's a Superman of some world, and there's some other like Superman characters like Lois Lane and Superman who have been like from weird universes.
He looks like the Grant Morrison, George Perez New 52 version in the jeans.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Well, everybody thought it was a New 52, but I think it's a different universe. But I could be wrong.
Well, it probably is, but I mean, I'm just giving people a point of reference.
But there's a whole bunch of other characters. Like there's a Lois Lane that's all out of whack. It's weird. It's really weird. They're in like an in-between universe or something. I don't know what's going on. Anyways,
DC doesn't either, apparently.
Anyways, I mean, it was a good story. It was really good. And
he did a whole video on this issue.
I think I did.
You did. In defense of Didio.
Oh yeah, that was a fun video to make. Because everybody was hating on Didio and blaming him for Heroes in Crisis.
Right.
And I
King has since gone on record saying he had nothing to do with it. King has since gone on record and said it really wasn't him. It was all Tom King. Yeah.
You mean Didio went on record and said it was
no Tom King addressed the fact that people were blaming Didio for Heroes in Crisis. Okay. And he said, no, it was all my decision.
Okay.
So
at least he's man enough to take it.
I wouldn't want it, but
Good job, King. Way
Way to kill some of our favorite characters.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, way to at least take it like a man.
Right, that's true.
I got respect for that.
Right, way to man up.
And I've said this before, and I want to get back into this, but there's issues that I love from King.
Sure.
There's issues that I hate from King.
Right.
He's a hit or miss kind of guy. He either hits it really hard and knocks it out of the park, or he swings really hard, throws the bat, and hits a baby or something.
Right.
So
and I hate it when he hits
the babies. Anyways. So this is a really good issue. This is really good. I really like Didio's writing. He's really good.
I like the Spider-Man-esque
Yeah.
cover.
It kind of reminded me of like a Spider-Man, Dick Grayson cover.
Yeah.
Kind of a mix of those two. Maybe more Spider-Man, but I mean he's basically DC Spider-Man. So there's that. But really great series. Little bit of spoiler, but his mother dies in a former issue, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story arc. Really great. And then Superman shows up in this, and then in the annual, which is great, which might even be more fun than this one. Superman and Sideways fight together, and you see Superman like running around beating a bunch of giant spiders. It's great. Really good stuff.
Don't you love how he throws a spoiler alert? And before I can go like this, and then drop the comic to get this one in,
You don't care. You don't care.
You don't know what I care about.
I do know what you care about. And you don't care about that because you probably could just read it.
That's true. Whoa.
Hey.
That freaked me out a little bit.
Our video's changed a little bit. All right, why don't you talk a little bit and I'll try to fix that.
All right. This is Groot. Ignore the man beside the camera.
I am Groot.
Seriously, I care about a lot of things. I care about the environment.
Ooh. Hey, there's all the stuff.
There's all our setup. 100 Years of Jack Kirby, Superman holding up the 18 van, and there's Mr. T right in this window. And over to our left, you can see Blue Beetle.
Hey, look at that.
Mr. Gold.
I think I got it actually where I wanted it earlier. You want to slide that way?
Yeah.
I'll slide in here. Boom.
Can you reach your stuff?
It's a little crooked.
Doesn't matter.
At this point, I don't care. It's almost next year, so
yeah,
whatever.
We got an hour until a whole new year.
Hey, everybody! Thanks for sticking with us this long.
We're gonna go until
the new year, at least for us. I don't know where y'all are, but
we're on the East Coast.
On the East Coast, which means we get to see next year before you do. If you're not on the East Coast with us.
Or I forget how to make the East Coast symbol. West Coast is so much easier to throw up.
Well, you can do E.
I don't know. I can't do that.
Do this.
Is that sign language?
Yes, it's sign language.
Okay, but I'm throwing up gang signs.
Can you do this?
I'm throwing up gang signs.
Whatever. Whatever.
Wow. So let's see. You must be mountain time then, huh, Mango Bed? 9 p.m.
Something like that. Way over there. Way over there.
So I'm guessing Texas or Colorado or something like that.
There's a whole bunch of other states in that too.
No, it's just,
you can only be in Texas or Colorado.
That's right. There's only those two states.
There's none others over there.
Those are the famous ones, right?
Oh my goodness! All right, we did the other one, right?
Yeah, it was sideways.
All right, South Dakota.
All right, awesome. Home of the Mount Rushmore, right?
Is that in South Dakota?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're showing our ignorance here.
Let us know if we're right.
All right, I'm gonna move these two while you're talking.
Yeah, so over my
now
head.
They can be seen back here. Oh no! That's all right. As long as Beatles stay.
Sweet, I got it right. So this, I don't know if you guys can tell this, but these are my long boxes, and they stand taller than my office chair. And then that doesn't count all that's on top of this and hidden by this Captain America.
He's got some boxes over here too.
Yeah, most of those don't have comics in them though. Oh, well, that one does. There is an extra box. I forgot about.
Where'd that Spider-Man box go?
It's right here.
Oh, hey, look, there it is. Yeah, he's got 12 long boxes.
It's 16.
16.
He needs to learn to count. Fordham's 4 is 16.
Oh, right. Sorry. Hey.
Because I had 17 and I gave him one full of comics, and then we went to the Comic-Con.
That's right, you did give me one. I've got 6 boxes, but they're not all full yet. Well, 6 plus the 2 that I'm trying to sell.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested, this guy's got some good stuff. Civil War and
Civil War 2. No, it's Civil War.
It's
Sorry,
the regular one.
Yeah, that's right. Regular Civil War.
So.
And a whole bunch of Web of Spider-Man stuff.
Which is a lot better than he thinks it is.
What? I think it's great. That's why I kept one of them.
That's true.
They were all like.
You gave me a few.
There was one
in
like 3/4 or 1.5, and I'm keeping the one and selling the half.
There's some really good stuff in there.
I already sold some of them.
Did that guy appreciate them?
Yeah.
Your coworker? So. I don't know if he commented or anything.
Well, I don't know if him and his boys will get to it. He's got 3 boys, and they love reading comic books, and one of them loves Spider-Man. So I'm not sure when they'll get to it, but I'm sure eventually they'll read it. So, anyways, all right, back to reality.
Back to life. Back to reality.
Unsurprisingly, our next one is another Tomasi book.
Isn't that an awesome cover? Like, I mean,
this is a great
wicked
issue.
Cool right there.
This is a great issue. Batman or somebody is killing people and made them look exactly like Thomas and Martha Wayne, and so Batman and Jim Gordon are investigating, which is going to be good.
Beetle and Booster are looking over. They're like, we want to see.
I just need Skeets.
That's true. I'm sorry. I should have dug my Beetle out. I mean, Booster out.
That's all right. Anyways, so
the Skeets unplugged.
I almost brought the Detective Comics that had Skeets in it, or was that Batman? That was Batman.
I think that's Batman.
I think it was Batman right before the wedding
because he tried to ruin.
And yeah, that was great. No, I really liked it. He took Batman.
No. I know the story. I'm just saying, like, that's what funneled Booster into this Heroes in Crisis story.
Anyways, this issue is great. This issue is really great.
And Mango Betty.
Yeah. Thanks. I really enjoyed this one.
It's the internet. We like it when people agree with us.
Yeah. I really like that. I really like the ending. And where the lady, and I've got a full review of it, where the lady he's trying to save turns into the Joker because of the Joker gas.
Wow.
It's pretty hardcore. Like she is basically dead now.
Sure.
And so, really great, really good issue. And what were you saying? You were reading something about Tomasi and Gleason?
Oh, yeah. So one issue he had given me to read earlier had an interview with Tomasi in it, and there's a storyline called The Big Burn that has features Tomasi and Gleason writing the Joker and Two-Face. And I was telling him about it because he's into Tomasi and Gleason, but I guess he didn't realize that they had written a Joker and Two-Face story. So
no, I didn't.
So, but the folks who did this, Tomasi and Mankey, are going to be on Detective 1000. So I look forward to that issue myself.
The artwork is really good.
Yes.
And I really like this cover too.
This cover is just really intense. This could be totally like a movie poster or something. Like this could be the box art for the collected Gotham show whenever it finishes and they package the DVDs together, because that's
really good.
It's just beautiful artwork.
All right, you're going to see our bias in some of this. But the next one, Tomasi.
Is Gleason the artist? Is that nope?
No,
Barberry.
It's somebody else. Gleason's over with Bendis.
Well, hey, he does good work. So,
Adventures of Super Sons. It's not technically the same, so I can add it and still be okay.
It's a different series.
It's a different series. I love this issue. So what happens in this series if you're not reading it? Go ahead. You should pick it up because man, it's good. John Kent comes in contact with yellow kryptonite, and it splits him in half, but it's fake yellow kryptonite. So they don't know how to put him back together. So he ends up being split to a red and a blue Superboy, and they end up spending half the issue yelling and fighting each other about which one is the real one. And it's so good. Damien's trying to keep them together.
So that's when.
And in the meantime, they've got a fake kid version of the Legion of Doom trying to kill them while they're all fighting each other.
That sounds great.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And I love the cover, like where Superboy is just arm wrestling a dude and not even caring. And Damien, of course, is trying to get money off of it.
He's like, place your bets.
I love that series. It's so good. It's really excellent.
So this and Marvel 2-in-1, I think I'm gonna have to borrow and catch up on.
Yeah.
So
really good. Really good. Your son would probably like it too.
Yeah, I was wondering.
They probably have the trade for the first one. They might be coming out with the trade eventually with that one, I'm sure.
They trade everything.
They trade everything. All right. Trying to find.
Except terrible issues. They won't let you trade those for good ones.
All right.
Our last honorable mention, right?
No, these weren't honorable mentions. The honorable mentions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
These, were the top however many we had.
Yeah.
Excuse me, maybe 20?
36.
36. All right.
Hey, man, even if it were 36, that'd be 3 solid issues a month you could read over the course of 12 months.
Right.
That's good.
I'm going to open this one because I want to show it.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Let me count this while you're doing that.
All right, well, I've already got it. We'll wait for him.
I got 13
14,
here. I don't know how
15,
many we have.
16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, it looks like.
Top 22. That's not too bad.
I think that's right. You didn't count the
honorable mentions. Yeah. You put those
So 25 with honorable mentions. Or we could just say top 25. All right.
Let me just show this cover first.
The next one, whatever number we're on.
DC's Fantastic Four.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
It's the Terrifics.
That's it. And here's why I love this. So I'm gonna show the first part, and I did a review on this because I love it, man.
Yeah.
This cracks me up. So you have like the black screen, and then he zooms out a little bit, and then you realize it's an eye, and then it's a weird eye, and then it's Dr. Dread. The other one was when they actually introduced Dr. Dread.
Yeah.
But this one is so much fun. You see like all of them kind of falling together. Swamp Thing even. I think he might have been in the other one too. But I mean, the main reason you have this one, it kind of brings it to a conclusion. You find out who Dr. Dread is.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And just real fun stuff. So you had a little bit of everything, and this cover is just beautiful. It's also foil. A lot of the foil issues were really great.
Here, let me show you with some lens flare on it.
Ooh. I don't know if that really did much for them, but it's kind of cool.
You can see it.
We'll move it around. But it's kind of got like a Doctor Doom-esque cover.
It totally looks like Doctor Doom.
Another one you like. Yeah. I assume that's what you were saying for this one. I don't know when you wrote that. So I'm kind of lost in my own world.
No, I'm pretty sure that's.
I love this issue. The other one when they first introduced Dr. Dread was so funny to me. I don't know. I just thought it was really good. And then is there some kind of like Doctor Doom animated version in another parallel universe? Because I think I saw him, and it was a Doctor Doom. over on Marvel,
Oh,
like a Doctor Doom that they were copying for Doctor Dread.
maybe
I
in
don't know.
the Spider-Man universe.
We'll have
I
to
don't know.
look up for that in the like Spider-Ham universe.
Maybe.
I think that's where it is, like
Yeah.
Doctor Ham or Doctor Doom. Anyways, really great issue. Loved it. The cover is just phenomenal. One of the best covers of the year.
Especially a good use of the foil.
So-
With the character and armor and everything.
All right, and these were the issues that these are our top 8. We narrowed it down as best we could. We made 2 piles. The best of the best were this pile. All the remaining 8. And then we narrowed them down to which one was the best. And then the previous pile, which we just went through, those were the best, the remaining best.
The rest of the best.
So yeah, the rest of the best. I don't know. I'm fumbling through my words here. Whatever.
That's all good.
Whatever. All right. So
it is later than we normally meet.
It is, and we're gonna go longer than we've ever gone before.
Yeah,
longer than we've ever gone.
I think we're gonna have to pick up the pace with these though.
Yeah. We just can't take because we're gonna do the best movies too, and we gotta end it before the New Year's. All right, let's go. We'll fly through. Boom. Green Lanterns at the end. This is Dan Jurgens, man. Dan Jurgens at his best.
He's wrapping it up.
And I love this issue. I mean, you have a Hal Jordan versus Cyborg Superman, which is beautiful. You have a lot of stuff going on with Jessica Cruz and Simon Baez, 2 of my favorite characters. I really thought that Hal Jordan the Green Lanterns and then Green Lanterns got or Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps and Green Lanterns got a lot of unappreciated,
right? Which we can see by the fact that there's now just a Green Lantern title,
and it's not good at all, or it's not
it's
great.
not as good
it's
as
not,
what
it's not as good. It's okay, but this is great. This issue is excellent. They've kind of wrapped everything into an end. There's so much going on in this comic. The only reason I ranked it this low is because it's one, there's a lot going on, and number 2, they really get away from Simon and Jessica in the story, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
But they've been the star.
But for the series, it kind of really gets away, and I don't feel like the end is justified, where Jessica leaves and goes off to guard on her own, which they really just made that ending just so that they could do the Justice League Odyssey series.
You'll look and see Booster and Beetle wondering how come Dan Jurgens has never done his blue and gold miniseries like he promised a million years ago. DC, make that happen.
So I love this series. Simon Baez, where has he been? What are y'all doing with him, DC? Sorry,
did you kill him in Heroes in Crisis?
What are you doing?
Did you kill him? Can you just tell us?
Yeah.
We just want to know. Our hearts need to be broken.
Yeah.
If they've got to be broken.
I don't think they want us to be even more mad than we are. Simon Baez is such a great character.
It's one of those. I mean,
I think Jessica Cruz is better. I think she's gotten. I think she's gotten even better than he did. But I really love him. I really like him. He's got some interesting story arcs that aren't finished. That aren't finished. You did so much in this series right here with him carrying a gun. He drops it because of a story with Batman, and then near the end of this, he brings it back because he can't trust his Green Lantern ring because of Cyborg Superman, and then nothing. He's gone. I'm like, what? You just drop that on us, and you're not gonna do anything with the character? Come on, DC, killing me. Put Dan Jurgens back on this series, please.
Or at least give him a Simon Baez.
That'd be great. And Jessica Cruz, I love her over on Odyssey. I love her over on Odyssey. It's
Is
fun.
It Odyssey?
Her and Starfire are great together. I'm just gonna say they're a great team. But she needs to be with Simon Baez. She's not used well over there, I don't think.
None of those characters are.
I don't. I enjoy it because I love Starfire and I love Cyborg and I love Jessica Cruz. And I'm glad that they're doing something with them.
Right.
That's not Cyborg on the Justice League. Um, um, but I feel like they're underused on that
Yeah.
story. I don't know.
All right.
All right,
So
next
no,
one.
hold on. Don't show it yet. So this
You read this one.
issue,
You can comment on it.
this issue
I'll get some water.
represents how this kind of story should be done. Okay. So the whole premise of what ifs are to take some really outlandish, crazy proposition and turn it into reality.
You have
So
a
what?
water ring over there. Do you want to wipe off? Because I may have left one.
I don't care. The desk is super old.
As long as you don't care.
It adds character. So this is what if Spider-Man were the Punisher? And it totally works. You're like, okay, I can totally see this. And then Peter Parker retires. He's the Punisher no more. And I mean, that's sort of how the story winds up, except it's not, because there's more to it where they build to something they could. It's sort of like when history corrects itself.
Yeah.
Because at the end, the guy who should be the Punisher becomes the Punisher. In sort of like this twisted way. So go out and get this if you haven't already read this. This is a phenomenal Marvel comic, which is really saying something in 2018 because Marvel has been miss, hit, miss some more, miss a little bit more, hit, and then
boom, right up there in the top 8.
Right. So
it's number 7 of the best of all 2018.
Yeah. It is really good. And if you want
this cover alone made me want to buy that. Yeah. I mean, just look at it. It's so good. Instead of web slingers, he's got pistols. Beautiful. And then, he runs around and kills all his villains. His normal villains show up and they all die. It's great.
Yeah.
So it's really great.
As someone who counts himself as something of a comic book purist, like I like the classics and stuff. This was really good. He did a whole video on it, so
go check that out.
If you want more of his opinion on it, you can go check that out. But it's good. Go buy this. It's $4. Yeah, it was $4. Regular price issue. So
since we're counting down now, I'm gonna drink of choice. Welch's sparkling non-alcoholic grape juice. White grape juice.
Does Welch's make alcoholic grape juice?
I have no idea.
I don't think so. I think Welch's started.
I don't buy alcoholic drinks. Sweet tea and sparkling grape juice about as far as I ever go. And
I drink a lot of water.
And yours is water.
I drink a lot of water.
I got this fancy cup.
Yeah.
It's perfect for the
He didn't ask me for anything fancy. I brought him that one. I said, "Did you want something fancier?"
I thought about bringing my Batman mug, but
he almost convinced me to let him use my Iron Man chalice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw it. I was like, that'd be cool. That'd be fun.
I also have a grip of superhero cups here: Turtles, Transformers, Superman.
Yeah.
And then I also have some nice glass things behind this door. This door. This random door. My door won't close because my comic books take up so much room. Again, let me remind you.
Long boxes.
This is my office chair.
Well, he doesn't know how tall we are. We're sitting down, but this is a regular chair.
Yeah, this is a regular full back office chair.
Yeah.
And you can see I get my use out of it. I fall asleep a lot here.
Really all right, moving on. I'm gonna let you talk about. I've been talking a while. I'll let you talk about this one.
Anyway, here's a new one. This is really new, and I will say this: if you don't have it, please go get it. Do yourself that favor.
It's beautiful.
It's good. It's the wedding issue.
They get married. Woohoo!
650. They actually get married. And there's like last minute shenanigans. That's what Ben says. Shenanigans.
I love Ben.
This guy is my favorite comic book character in the Marvel universe. And he regularly ranks as arguably my favorite comic book character.
Yeah.
But this issue is just so great. Martian Manhunter and Wally West. Yes. All those characters. Yeah. There's an excellent story that harkens back through the history of the Fantastic Four, called Change Partners. Right? I think that's what it's called.
You're the expert.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know why you're asking me.
Well, I just read it the other. When did you lend me this? Yesterday. So I read this yesterday.
Oh, you read it last night?
Last night when I came home. Yeah. Or I guess it was. Yeah, I guess it was yesterday. Right?
I thought maybe you were waiting for it today, but whatever.
No,
I mean I don't care. I'm just.
I can't remember. It all runs together. Anyway,
just talk about it.
It's that's great because they use the metaphor of dancing to encapsulate the romance between Ben and Alicia through the years, while also tying in Ben and Sue's relationship and how tight a bond they have. And there's a story. What's the Bachelor Party? Yeah. Oh God, that was
almost as bad as
the Bachelorette.
Gail Simone's Bachelorette Party.
Here's a complaint. Can I just can somebody tell me when Susan Richards started going hyphenated? Like, I don't understand. I mean, for so long she was Susan Richards, like just plain Susan Richards. And now, if it happened because of Civil War, fine. But somebody just tell me that, because I can't find that information on the internet.
I don't know.
It really bothers me.
I'm pretty sure it's just for that issue.
And it might just be that issue. But actually it's not, because I've looked it up online and it shows up on the Wikia page now. So,
well, it's current Marvel. What can you say?
I mean,
I'm sure it'll be fixed later.
At no point, unless it's because of the separation, at no point has she actively needed to hyphenate her name. That I've seen, nor was there. I mean, and if it's just a modern thing, whatever. I just it struck me as like when I read the wedding special. Is that what it's called? The wedding special, something like that. I don't know.
That's the wedding special.
Yeah, it struck me as odd, as someone who's read Fantastic Four comics for a while. When I read that, I was like, what?
Great job, Jonathan.
Why would she hyphenate her name? There's never been a need for that.
There we go.
But anyway, this is a great issue. Then the wedding happens. Shenanigans happen. I don't like Reed's gift. His behavior, I know you noted this in your review. His behavior was weird, but I agree with that. But yeah. His gifts was terrible.
I just didn't feel like the gift really
warranted all that.
Mess.
Nope. His gift should have been something more than that. Like, it should have lasted longer or something.
Well, and it was all just dependent on something bad going wrong.
Right.
I mean,
well, and
obviously something bad is going to go wrong when superheroes try to do something good.
But I mean, okay, but it is the Fantastic Four and it is weddings, so there is tradition there where there is something going to go.
Right.
At the Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, when they got married, all their villains showed up. I think the Impossible Man had invited everybody out, or something like that. I'm fuzzy on the details, but I feel confident it was something like that. And then he
Alicia didn't show up in this one, did he?
Impossible Man, no.
That
was sad. Because actually, before I read this, I was hoping he would, because I read some old stuff that he was in, and yeah, I
feel like he would just invite himself.
He usually does,
and especially since he was used at the issue 1.
Right. I felt like this would have been the perfect place for him to pop up.
Yeah. And cause shenanigans.
Fully, pun intended. Pop up, because he's a pop-upian. He's from the planet Pop-Up. Anyway, the third story was the actual wedding. It does a great job of setting up the next storyline, which, it should. The next storyline that it set up, I was just really surprised at the pompousness So maybe
Yeah,
maybe
I'll
they'll.
hold him for a little
All
while.
right, he's getting tired of me.
Ah! I'm Groot.
Anyway, do yourself a favor. Get Fantastic Four
There you
number
go.
5, aka Fantastic Four number 650, aka. Can y'all just decide one way or the other what you're gonna call it? Because I'm tired.
That's Marvel.
I'm tired, Marvel.
They want their cake and eat it too.
Yeah. I just want some cake.
All right, so this next one, all right, we're in the top 5, and we might get some criticism for putting this in our top 5, but we don't care because we both loved it.
Yeah. No, we were really surprised how much.
And I don't think that we would say that this is a perfect issue by any means, by any stretch of the
because
imagination.
well, you'll see why we wouldn't say it's perfect.
But there's a great
when we mention
there's a really great moment in it.
Yeah.
Superman number 6, I think it is.
5?
5, 6?
5. It's 5 because we were
Oh, that's right.
pointing out the irony of it being 5.
Man, we love this issue. I think the best moment in this is at the very end. Cause,
yes.
Well, it starts off at the very beginning. You have
Rogol Zar.
Well, I was gonna say.
Adam Man.
Adam
Strange.
Let me think.
Okay.
Zod. You have Zod imagining the perfect world where all the Kryptonian remnants unite.
Perfect Krypton.
To have a new Krypton, and then you have Superman. He's in the Phantom Zone fighting Rogol Zar in the background, and then Zod kind of pushes his people away and takes off to go save Superman. And
because he knows that if Rogol Zar is not dealt with,
I felt like some of the ways that he just shows up and knows where Superman is. I felt like that was weird. It's like, how do you know where he is? Like, how do you get there that quick? But whatever. That's it. That's irrelevant to the major point. Mm-hmm. The best part of it, Rogol Zar is talking to Superman, and because Superman is struggling throughout the entire issue about whether he should kill Rogol Zar or not, because he feels like he should avenge his family, avenge his planet, avenge the miniature city of Kandor, and so the whole time his rage is building. And then he sees Mom and Pa Kent, and he realizes he needs to calm down and be the hero.
Right.
And so Rogol Zar says, "I knew it. I knew that you would always do this. This is why you're not, a great. That you'll never be great." And that's what you see off screen. The greatest part of the issue is like, that's where you're right. He is. And then you see, but I am Zod, and you see a giant picture of Zod showing up,
and he's ready to kill him.
So good. It's so good.
And so Superman's gonna have to decide: am I gonna let Zod do what I knew I could never do, or is Rogol Zar right?
Yeah, the sad part is the next issue I didn't enjoy as much because Superman. I mean, the battle itself is good per se. There's a lot of unnecessary narration from Superman, and it's a bit unnecessary.
It is his book.
Well, I feel like all we wanted to see was fighting.
Right. So
maybe a little bit of dialogue.
It's choppy writing on Bendis's part.
Right. Too much writing. Not enough story, or not enough just showing.
Right.
And then he gets pulled out in the middle of the battle. I was like, what? Let Zod and Clark have the moment. Like,
all right, let me pull this back out. So DC, this is a good example of the setup and the failure to nail it.
Because this issue is great. This issue is great. I'll fight you on that. I know people don't like Bendis, but I'll fight you on that. I really love that issue. It's
Bendis has his problems.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect, and the books we're about to show you are perfect. But which is sad because they're terrific. They haven't had a bad book. There's some problems with it, but
it's a fairly even
really
series.
It's really excellent. But these issues are near perfect, if not perfect.
Dun dun dun.
Flash number 50.
We'll try to be quick about this one.
That'll happen.
No, it's just great. Wally's in it. Barry's in it. Zoom's in it.
Eobard Thawne?
No,
it's Hunter Zolomon. It's Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah, Zoom.
Sorry.
Not Reverse Flash.
I always get those mixed up.
It's all good. There's the return of someone famous.
That's right.
Which they've not done a whole lot with, and I'm just like, what are you people doing?
I think he's in another issue coming up.
He might be in the annual, too.
So, that's a Bart
Spoiler
Allen.
alert.
Bart Allen.
Impulse.
So,
and he's like totally impulsed out.
They've been doing the Bart Allen story in Flash minus Bart Allen. They've done it with Nora Allen. It's really good.
Yeah.
That's been really good.
So.
I'm like, well, it's as close as we're going to get, at least at this point, for Bart Allen.
But there's some really good character moments.
This is really good. There's a lot in there. I really like the next one, but Lewis actually read this one, so we chose this one instead.
Yeah.
And it's an oversized issue, and it's the first one where they started the paper refill book. I love it. It's great. But there's some really good moments with Barry and Wally where they're talking. Like, one of my favorite parts of Wally's like, it's like our family. Like, Linda and the kids, they're our family. They're not just mine, they're ours. Like, you've forgotten about that. Telling Barry how much he's forgotten about it. It's also the climactic end to the Flash War that's been going on, and it's so good. So good. I love the next issue too, because at the end of this one, Wally takes off to go try to run fast enough to save the kids. And then he realizes, or something like that, and he realizes near the end of the issue that, Barry stops chasing him because he can't keep up with Wally. And he starts talking to Iris, and Iris tells him just to be patient. Eventually he'll come back. And then Wally shows up and, is crying because he realizes he can't do it. He can't do it by himself. And so he has to give up for now. And there's a good moment in issue 51 with Iris and Wally and Barry, and it's really good. It's really good. So, but we really like this one too.
I was looking for something. There's a cool scene in there where he says, "My family runs with me."
Yeah, it's a really good issue. Really excellent. Near perfect. And that was right before they ruined everything with Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah. You really think, man, Wally's finally going to get his due? Nope.
No.
Nope.
Ridiculous.
That's right.
All right.
Here's one I read just before we started.
And it's beautiful.
It is amazing. It's
beautiful.
Yeah.
Hawkman number
7. Its title is Origin, and it gives an extra layer to the backstory of Hawkman.
That's right.
As if he needed more layers. But it actually helps explain the reincarnation bit, the multitude of Hawkmen, and that sort of thing.
And it adds like a completely new story to the Hawkman myth.
Yes, and it's
is really cool.
There's
a lady in there. I wonder if she's supposed to be
Shire.
Shire. However you say that name.
I think that's who she's supposed to be. His conscience.
One of my favorite issues.
Yes, thank you. When he brought it and was like, "Dude, you got to read this before we do our video," and I'm like, "Okay," and I'm like sitting there like, "Oh my goodness, how awesome is this?" Now I'm like wanting to know about the Deathbringers and all that jazz, and I thought I couldn't be more excited for Hawkman teaming up with Adam than I was, but I was. So no, this is pure awesomeness.
It's beautiful.
Adds an extra layer to the character without this is how you do it. DC, who wrote this? Venditti.
I love Venditti.
I forget what else he's written, but this is how you add a layer to a character that's already been around for forever without
this issue too.
Without screwing up the backstory. This is what you do, DC. Please ask this guy to help you write a better Dick Grayson story instead of calling him Rick Grayson. Get him to work with Tom King on fixing, let's just randomly kill people. No, this is good.
I don't think there's going to be anything they can do to fix Heroes.
I know, but this was
because they'd have to bring back Wally West and Roy Harper. And they're not going to do that. They would ruin the story.
I'm not trying to ruin our movie thing, but Aquaman was great. Make me a Hawkman movie, dude. Like, how hard is this guy? I said spoiler alert.
Whatever. Keep going.
All I said was Aquaman was great. So make me a great Hawkman movie. I mean, it's a dude
implications.
I'm making implications that it would be easy for them to make a Hawkman movie if they can make an excellent Aquaman movie.
It would. All right.
As he said, same writer.
Same writer.
Different address.
Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern's number 50.
And how beast mode is that cover?
Is it right?
Yeah, it should be number 50. Yeah.
I think the previous issue had like another one with the heroes on the side or something. Yeah. Or maybe it was the villains on the side. I don't remember.
Either way, how awesome is that cover? You've got all the relevant Green Lanterns.
Well, Jessica Cruz and that's not Jessica Cruz.
Oh. Okay,
and
all right.
It's
Simon.
It's all the relevant characters from this series are on the cover.
Okay. It's still a really nice one that gets, my favorite Green Lanterns minus Alan Scott all up in this piece. But of course they wouldn't have him because he doesn't exist.
Yeah. But
thank you, Dr. Manhattan.
I picked this one because it's such a beautiful story. That Venditti had been doing for a little while with Tomar Ray or Tomar 2.
Yeah,
I remember because 2 was the second one.
Yeah. Also the Dark Stars.
And the Dark Stars. Well, he's a Dark Star.
I know, what an underused concept. I can't believe they've taken this long. I mean, they could have done that years ago instead of the Sinestro Corps, and the 50 million. Lantern groups, but whatever. I'm not bitter.
But you really had the feeling after a few issues of the Dark Stars that there was nothing that was going to stop them.
Right.
And then you had the famous 4 taking off to each find a hero, and Guy Gardner found the biggest Aquilo, I think is his name. He's a yellow lantern.
A yellow lantern.
Yeah. And then Kyle found that Cabby, I don't know why. Or no, he found Orion. And then John Stewart. Who did he get? He got somebody. Oh, he got Zod. And then
I remember.
Hal Jordan went and got the big head man. What's his name? Hammond?
Hector Hamad, yeah.
Whatever. Hammond. Hammond.
Hammond? I don't know.
It's spelled Hammond. Anyways, and they all come together to fight the Dark Stars. And the best part about this issue, the reason I picked this one over all the others, because you really get a climactic ending with Tomar 2, who ends up being killed in the issue.
Spoiler.
And
spoiler alert.
It's so good. It's really excellent. And you kind of get the feeling of the Next Generation because his ring flies off and finds a little girl on Tomar 2's planet, and she becomes the next Green Lantern for that planet, and it's really cool, really neat, great writing. Venditti took up Hawkman, and Hawkman's been great too.
He needs something to do, right?
This series was so good. It's sad that Grant Morrison is doing worse than Venditti. Because this series is great.
I think the way he means that saying is it's silly that they canceled this for that.
Well, what I was saying is Grant Morrison, who he is,
right,
is writing a worse story than someone who's not a household name
anymore. Yeah,
not a household name. Although for me, yes, I remember I was Venditti. He's a Hal Jordan guy and Hawkman. So, anyways, I love this series.
Great cover.
All right, so we've got about 15 minutes before we hit New Year's. So I think we'll save the number one issue for 2018 for right before.
All right.
But until then, we're gonna go through our list of, if you can find it, of the best movies from superheroes.
Here, if you'll slide that.
Yeah, I'll put these over here.
Alrighty.
As we rearrange.
Well, we only were able to officially count 9 movies
Right.
that came out.
So these are just superhero movies.
So yeah. So we'll start at number 9.
And we didn't do a lot of the DC animated movies.
Right.
Because there were a bunch of them we didn't really watch them.
Yeah, we're doing the ones that were in theaters and principally were live action.
And we'll give you this. We haven't seen some of these.
Right. So we'll let you know when we haven't seen it, but I mean, we've seen previews for them.
I think we can, from the reaction, I think I can guess as to how I'll feel about it.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I could be wrong, and if I do, I'll make a statement, and you'll know.
Before we get started, though, I got this year, and it's a thing of beauty. I love this. It's Wolfman and Perez, 25 years in the making. I thought it was really good. I'm trying to, this artwork is just beautiful. So anyway, I was happy to finally get this year.
Lewis keeps bringing in comics that he got this year.
That's right.
And not necessarily comics that came out this year.
Well, right.
Like he had a Fantastic Four one that was
from
so
1981.
I was like, you bought that this year? That's like 30 years old now. Like
it's almost 40 years old now.
Oh my goodness! All right, so
I'm old.
The best superhero movies of 2018 from my perspective.
Number 9, Teen Titans Go.
Oh man, I really want to see this movie. It looks so fun.
Oh, they go to the movies. That's the name of it.
It's so funny. It looks great.
It looks hilarious. I watched the clip with Stan Lee, and it seems to betray part of the storyline in it. And I when I saw that, I was like, man, I actually want to see this more than I thought I did now.
Well, I've seen a couple episodes of Teen Titan Go, and it looks it's terrible. It's nothing. It's a shadow of the former Teen Titans that I grew up with.
Yeah, it leans more heavily on the humor aspect than it does
on the humor. The humor aspect's more like it's like fart joke level jokes.
Yeah.
Than like real jokes. Like with the Teen Titans show, it had actual character development. You learned about the characters in the past and their.
They adapted some really
good
comics.
Really good. And then like to see it go to Teen Titans Go outside. But this movie looks great. This movie looks awesome. I know we haven't seen it, so it's at the bottom right now, but it looks so good. It looks funny.
All right. That's all we'll say about that. Number 8 is Venom. Spoiler alert, I haven't seen it yet.
I have a friend who loves it.
Who is it?
You don't know. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I wanted to go buy it get it from Redbox and watch it last night. I just didn't get to. But it looks really good.
Yeah, I know you like it, Dan Zero. I remember our conversations about it.
I'm just not sure if
welcome back to the show.
If for me it would really be the best.
Yeah.
I don't feel because I don't care for movies that are focused on the villain unless they're contrasting the hero, and so that's just me.
Well, and that was the argument that I made as well. He's so interconnected with the Spider-Man mythos that it's hard for me to take it seriously. Now, I did catch the end credit scene.
Yeah.
That looks intense.
Don't tell me what it is. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know. That looks intense, and I think gives a lot of ground to move forward.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they sort of bypassed a lot of the Spider-Man stuff to get to Venom. So I'm not like wholly opposed to it. I just I don't know. I guess I got to sit down and watch it.
I am going to go watch it soon. It's in Redbox now, so I will be watching it soon. And I'll let y'all know what I think about it. I'm really excited. It does look good. It does look like a great movie.
Yeah.
I just don't know that it's going to fit higher than some of the other ones.
Right. Number 7 is Deadpool 2, the Xmas edition.
Right, the Christmas edition. So he hasn't seen.
I'm not going to watch Deadpool 2 because it crosses lines that I'm not comfortable with. I don't need my superhero squeaky clean, but there's gratuity to some of the way that Deadpool is handled that I don't know is necessary, because I loved him on the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
He's great.
I
That's
think
one of my
that
favorite
episode
episodes of
is
that.
hilarious. I think there's a way to incorporate some of the crassness that makes the character so lovable without crossing as many lines as they feel free to cross. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I hate that Ryan Reynolds ever played the part of Hal Jordan, not because that movie was so terrible, which it was, but because I think he would have made an incredible Wally West.
Right. Oh, Wally West?
I think Ryan Reynolds could have been an excellent Wally West.
Interesting.
Played similar to the way that Rosenbaum played him in the Justice League cartoon show.
Interesting.
So,
yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Him and Cable were great together. It was so good. There's a lot of good moments in the.
As an X-Force fan, I was upset that I heard that how they were treated.
But
I will say that too.
Cable, and I loved a lot of the commercials talking about it. Like seeing Deadpool play with a fake Cable and Deadpool was great. And then when I heard about the Christmas special, what it was basically the Deadpool movie interjected with scenes of Deadpool who had kidnapped the kid from the adult kid from the Princess Bride and forced him to read lines and quotes from the Princess Bride.
This movie would have ranked below Venom for me. This movie would have been below Venom for me, except they have the Princess Bride stuff.
Oh man, that's
and
so
that
good.
Right there gets you an automatic raise, because the Princess Bride is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I haven't watched that, but just the idea of it really gets it for me.
Right.
I love The Princess Bride. It's one of the best movies ever made, in my humble but accurate opinion.
That's correct. His opinion is accurate.
All right, let's keep going. We're getting close.
All right, number 6 is Black Panther.
Black Panther. So some people might criticize that I have this so low on the list. And I like the movie. I just felt like Black Panther was better in Civil War.
Yeah.
And he was wasted in Avengers
Infinity
3.
War.
I'm hoping that he'll get a bigger part in 4, although he disappeared. Spoiler alert.
If you haven't watched that movie yet, please stop watching us and go watch that movie.
Yeah, what are you doing? How can you finish this year without watching that? Although one of our friends hasn't.
What? You have to tell me off camera.
Rob.
Oh.
But he's catching up. He's still.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's behind. He's catching up. Anyways.
That's true.
So
I can't hate the game. He's playing it well.
So I felt like Black Panther was much better in Civil War than his own movie, which is really sad. I mean, I liked the movie; it was good. I didn't feel like the last battle was really that great.
Right.
It's kind of like the thing everybody picks about the prequels for Star Wars about, aliens walking in the monsters walking in front of the scene and you can't see anything. It was kind of like that with a train like flying in front of the battle. I was like, can't even see them half the time.
Well, now that they've established the groundwork, I really hope that the second Black Panther movie gives us more payoff.
Well, and then some of them were talking about just because of his color, and I was like, have you not seen Blade? Like, Blade has been around for a while. That was a great series.
Well, especially that first one. The first one is one of the best
really good
comic adaptations.
I'm not a huge vampire kind of guy, but that movie made me watch it.
Right. No,
Ben Helsing was pretty good too, but that's irrelevant to the point.
Yeah.
But I mean, Falcon is great,
amazing. War Machine.
I really love Falcon and Captain America 2. When he's running around on your left. That's too good. Oh man! All right, well we gotta get through these before
number 5. Incredibles 2.
I love the Incredibles.
We didn't say comic books, but they have been in comic books. we were going for superhero movies.
I love The Incredibles.
We went
too.
and caught this the night before it opened. One of the early screenings.
He was perfect for the role, by the way, Danziger. That was great.
Not as hype as the first one, but still a quality movie. The points that we would nitpick with it have to do with lack of like the family engagement. So I hope for a third one where it's principally focused on the family.
Yeah.
Maybe they go on vacation somewhere.
I thought the idea that they had where she was off doing stuff and he had to be the house dad, I thought that was good, except for it was the entire movie.
Right.
I was like, is he not going to do anything important? Like, he's just going to, I mean,
he shows up long enough to get brainwashed.
Yeah.
Right. And then the kids show up and you're like,
I mean, if we saw the reverse, like where she was at home the whole time and he was all superheroing, then I would complain about that too. I'd be like, well, is she going to do anything? Like, I don't know. I was like, this is kind of gets boring when he's not. I mean, it was still funny. I really enjoyed it.
No, it was good. It was good.
Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it, but
I think they switched the spotlight and did a great job.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we want more of the family. So
yeah,
Pixar, Incredibles 3.
It's kind of like having the Fantastic Four without one of them.
Right.
And 3 of them aren't doing anything important. But anyways.
So number 4, Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, it was such a good movie. It was so funny.
I'm
so
slack.
good.
I haven't seen it, but
it was so good.
Tell you how good it is.
I loved it better than the first one.
We're at 5-minute countdown to the new year.
That's right. Woohoo! I was so thankful for I've lost my. I really enjoyed the Great Father figure. Huh?
Give me that remote.
Oh well, I can do it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna do that.
Okay.
I really liked that they had like an actual good father figure in the movie, which never happens anymore. And it was just fun, lighthearted movie, and really appreciated that. I really liked it. We're gonna be rushing through these, which is sad, but
it's what happens.
It is what happens.
Number 3, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
You didn't talk about that.
Yeah. So I haven't seen this. We actually were gonna go see this, but then changed our minds at the last second. And by that I mean I changed my mind because I wanted to go see Aquaman. And it looks incredible. It's a team up of all the different Spider characters, and top tier Spider-Man villains. You got Tombstone and Kingpin, Scorpion. I hope I'm not spoiling anything with those characters. I feel like it's pretty well known that they're there. You might want to mute it.
I haven't muted.
Anyway,
yeah, it looks
amazing.
Great. It looks really great,
and it looks like they're finally giving Miles Morales a shine. Again, we've said this time and again, Homecoming would have been better if Miles Morales had been the focal character instead of Peter Parker. Like nothing would have been lost.
Right, he should have been. He should have been. But it blew the box office out. Like it's been one of the best movies in the box office in the last couple of months.
Yeah,
I mean it's made like when I looked a few weeks ago, it had made like 300 million, which is crazy
for a cartoon. That's not Pixar.
But all right, so we're gonna rush to the last one because we want to do the
so. Technically,
we'll do our best comic book as soon as it turns the new year.
Okay, so the last two, it was literally a toss-up. We took a Sacagawea dollar that I found at the zoo a while back.
It's $1.
We flipped it. $1 is what I said.
Yeah, you said
Sacagawea dollar.
Whatever that is.
Okay. This is Sacagawea. She's the lady who led Lewis and Clark.
Okay.
On the expedition of the Louisiana Purchase. We flipped it. So number 2 is Avengers.
Number 2 is Avengers Infinity War.
The only reason it's number 2 is it's half a story. It's not the whole thing.
And we flipped it over.
And we flipped it and landed that way.
And so number 1, Aquaman.
We made a whole video about that.
We can't say enough about that movie. It is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, Avengers is so good.
Right.
It's excellent.
But the
We love
payoff for
both of them.
Aquaman is immediate. The payoff for Avengers took us, 10 years?
Yeah. It's a
So
long time.
so there's that.
So-
Even if you just rock with, let's see, 6 years, right? If we just go from Avengers 1 to now.
Yeah.
Because I think it came out right after Christopher.
I love both of the movies, and we're gonna have to do some rethinking about. I need to watch the first Superman movie again. I need to watch the Batman Begins. I think my
All right, Danzier, we said number 2 was Avengers Infinity War. It would have been better or higher ranked if it was a whole story, but it's only part of it. Aquaman's number 1 for the year. That's really saying a lot because it's about a movie about a dude who talks to fish.
we're on the countdown here.
Yep. Is
Woo!
it? Can't see.
I don't know if you can't barely see it.
Oh.
There he goes. It's going down.
8, 7, 6.
I can't really see.
Yeah, me either.
But we'll know when it hits. Y'all can watch it with us.
Should have pulled it up on mine.
And as soon as
it's 30 seconds. I might be able to.
Is it? As soon as we get to the new year, we'll at 25, 20.
Apparently, people here are going crazy.
20. Oh, they can't even see that.
I can't hit the enter button.
Okay, they changed it. 14, 13, 12, 11.
I'm not gonna make it. I can't reach my computer to type
7,
stuff in.
6, 5,
4, 3, 2,
2,
1. It's the new year. Woo!
2019 for us. Yeah.
Now, if you'll excuse me while he talks, I'm gonna go kiss my wife.
Are you going to?
So yes, I am.
All right.
So, pardon me for a moment.
As soon as he gets back, we will.
Danzier, he can talk to you about whatever it is you were commenting on.
As soon as he gets back, we'll reveal our number 1 movie. And we will. Let y'all go. Thanks for watching so late, guys. I guess it's not as late for you guys as it is for us. But we appreciate it, all of y'all watching us this year and hanging out with us tonight. So I'm sure everybody has better things to do, but we're glad. We hope you enjoyed everything, and Happy New Year. And for y'all that are in other time zones, Happy New Year when it changes. And yeah, so as soon as he gets back, we'll show you the number 1 comic book for 2018 and our pick. Linear time theory, fellas. There you go. All right. You can read it when you get here. Give me some more sparkling grape juice. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like that, Danzier. Yeah. And Happy New Year to you, Mango Bed. Glad you guys enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. This was pulled off at the very last second.
We were kind of planned some of it.
I just meant the technical difficulties. We weren't sure if we were going to get everything squared away or not in time for
toast with your water.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I meant to get apple juice earlier.
That's all right.
But I drink this.
2019.
Boom.
Superhero chat.
So that means we've made it through 1 calendar year doing this, right? So we're starting our 2nd calendar year.
That's right.
So
all right,
you guys let me know. Let us know what you want to see, because we have a big announcement we're going to be making about a week or so, right?
No, I was going to announce it.
Oh, okay. He's going to tell you about it tonight.
Yeah.
Some of it's going to be vague, but the biggest part of it will be revealed, and so it has to do with this this little thing we like to do.
Yeah. All right. So number 1 issue for 2018.
Right. First, this
number 1 that we thought. Superman number 45.
It's the end of Tomasi
and Gleason. Oh, so good.
If you've not read this, you should go read
excellent.
It'll hit you in the feels.
It's Superman and John basically are at their little townhouse or country house.
Farmhouse,
whatever. It kind of makes you feel like Superman before he leaves and goes to Smallville. And
So
basically,
Metropolis.
Sorry,
Yeah.
so leave
He's leaving
Smallville.
Smallville.
He goes to Metropolis,
Right.
and you
You feel like this literally could be the last Superman issue you read.
right, and John's afraid of change, and it's right before Bendis because everybody was freaking out because Bendis was coming, and Tomasi and Gleason were like, "Hey, calm down. It's gonna be okay. You know, things change. It may not be better. It may be worse. Sometimes it may be better. You never know." And they're like, "But it has to change."
Yet.
And he's like, "No, we couldn't put. We did have a Bendis issue on the list,
right?
But we couldn't put it above a Tomasi Superman.
No.
It's just not as good." And I'm not sure that this is the best issue of Superman, but it is the most memorable in my mind.
Right. Especially for this past year.
Right. When I thought about it, I was like, okay, this is the one where they said goodbye to the fans. Thank you for reading, basically.
Yeah.
And hey, they're like, we're gonna have more adventures, and they're gonna be different, but that's a good thing. And you know, so it kind of reminds you, hey, you may not like the Bendis train, although I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. But
it's still not as good
it's not as good as this, but that'll come to an end and somebody else will do it. And
right. And that is the nature of comic books.
That is the nature of comic books. We complain about it a lot, but there's just certain things that we like. Oh, we got some fireworks in the distance.
Yeah, I heard the fireworks before it actually.
I'm gonna have to drive home in some of this, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Oh, oh well.
It's not a long drive.
So yeah.
As far as your announcements go, I feel like this is a very fitting issue.
Yeah.
To be number one, considering what we're gonna say. So,
all right. So, the big news is I'm moving. I'm gonna be moving.
Spoiler alert!
Across the state.
Several hours
away. It's because I have a new job. And I'm really excited about it. It's kind of been something I've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that means that I will not be able to hang out with Lewis as much, and we won't be able to do as many videos as we usually do. Although we're working out a way to
overcome
the distance.
That's right.
And
through technology. That we're not exactly the best.
Right. So he's going to have to make sure Skype works on his computer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to figure out a program that I can use so we can live chat, so we can keep doing this stuff from a distance.
So you guys get used to the junk behind me. See, we got Superman lifting the 18 van, 100 Years of Kirby with Captain America. And only one of these dudes will be hanging out behind me.
Right, we'll have the other one.
Because the other will be hanging out with him.
That's right. So, well, we still want to keep the channel alive. We love talking about comic books, and I mean we're real close friends. So it's it's gonna be hard in that aspect too. But I'll still be doing stuff, be buying comic books, still be hopefully doing Yoda videos.
I mean, somebody's got to pick up his slack at Brandon's, right? Play for Life Comics.
That's right.
Where you can play for life.
Yeah, I was sad to tell Brandon that I wouldn't be able to, keep going. So, he knows not to keep after a couple weeks. So we'll be around. We're going to try to do as many videos as we can before I move.
Yeah.
But
as many as my wife will let me.
That's right.
She's been very gracious tonight to invite him into our home.
Yeah.
We shared Papa John's pizza. It's not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
But it did fuel us.
We don't have any sponsors, so if anybody that we've mentioned or anybody else wants to sponsor us, let us know.
And also, that would be awesome. And also, don't take our mentions as us saying you've approved us, because we don't need copyright strikes or whatever that stupid business is.
We just want to share the love.
Right.
That's it. Share the love.
Love of comics, love of community. let us love and be loved. Right? That's a good way to look at the new year.
Anyways, we're kind of just stretching this out to hit 2 hours, because that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
The longest video. Woo!
Yes. So
starting the new year right? With a super long video.
Yeah.
Anyways, we just want to let you know that I don't know who will other than the two people watching now will watch this far and hear that news, so I might have to post it again later.
Yeah, he'll cut it up and
But
get it all out there.
So we just want y'all to be aware, so you're not thrown off guard. Oh, where's Lewis? Hadn't seen him in a while, and that background looks different.
Right.
So finally, might get an actual interesting looking background instead of what I've got now. So
we'll see. I don't know, because I like Captain America, Superman 18.
I'm talking about
random. I know.
Because I've got those posters in the background and a piano. I was like, surely I can get better than that. But
yeah, you have your Grell.
I do have a Grell right there, but I'm hoping it'll look better. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking around this year, hanging out with the crew, and hope y'all have a happy New Year.
And
I guess we will catch you next time.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Auld Lang Syne. That's all I remember.
Thanks, Mango Ben.
Yes, sir.
And
we'll see y'all later this year.
That's right. I can't say see you next year, but
because
it is next year.
No idea.
Yeah, you gotta go
next year.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time. Peace. Tell your show, yes, and.